Satan. Can I close that? Because it's kind of chilly. What are you doing? What are you doing? Come here. Come over here and I will love you. I was making videos about the text and it just got to be a lot. So I was like, screw it. I'll jump on here real quick, show them, because the next one that I was like leaving off with is talking about her wanting to. So she says, how she went to rehab willingly. But yet, the text message says now that CPS closed her case, she could leave. Well, if you couldn't leave until, CPS closed your case, then obviously you weren't there willingly. But then she goes on to talk about trying to rehome the cats so that she could stay for 3.1. But this wasn't until February. And at that point, they were already gone. Was it February? Or was it? Hang on. Let me get the date. Yeah, it was the beginning of February. This was before she went to the apartment. Let me scroll down. All right, so we were talking about like the case being closed, whatever. She said, when CPS visited and closed my case Sunday, she said I could leave right then if I wanted, and staff was able. It was my choice, but I said I didn't spend 68 days as of Sunday here just to walk out without completely finishing and getting my certificate, so I would stay. So now the paper she filled out and took for her super says I choose to remain and won't leave, which I have a new super over her. And I suspect that if it wasn't directly due to me, it was indirectly due to me, because I raised all kinds of holy hell to other workers who had said they could help. Yes, this is her. I said the other thing I would do is go to your counselor or whoever it is and tell them I need out time. I need to be able to go. I need to take care of some things there. I also need to look for housing because at this point in time, she still was not allowed outings. She said, "Oh, that's already being handled." When I got my phone back, I was doing my treatment plan for the next month and told the nurse outings is all I had left to work on besides the counseling goals for completion. And she said, "It's funny you said that. We just mentioned it's about time you're able to leave. So, unless the BS with my roommate changed things, doubtful since I wasn't the one in trouble among the three of us per my counselor, they decide this week, I think. My case manager is on to housing for me already. I'm actually talking about if I can find someone to house the cats for me, staying for the next tier. My actual cup at the moment, she was sending pictures over to my iPad because they weren't coming through on my phone for some reason. And I said, who needs that many cups? I thought our 7 was bad because she was referring to Stanley cups and how many that she has, which is funny because they're not very cheap cups. But that second one down is where she talks about housing her cats. So that way she could stay for the second tier. Um, she said it was you. Mine is cream colored, and I didn't know we could have them. They throw away what you can't have, so I wasn't risking a $50 cup. I might, in little stars, use one of my outing days to go home. If I can get brother to agree to get me and just have him go ahead and do a man weekend trip at the same time. He just asked if he could visit him for a couple of days. But it was Rice who had him, right? That's a little weird. And why wouldn't Rice come and get her to take her home? Why would it be brother? I'm trying to hold it as still as possible. So that way, if anybody wants to screenshot, they can. This 110% will stay up unless she somehow gets it taken down. That's why I'm not showing any phone numbers or nothing like that. I said, well, watch those visits. I don't want anything to happen. Oh, we got to actually talk the things I found out regarding Jeremy because I know you guys don't really care, but shortly after I had completely stopped doing lives, there was a situation that took place with Jeremy. He wasn't allowed to return back home. Jeremy's the guy that everybody called the Amish guy. And he ended up staying here for a little while and then was kicked out because of his theft problems. I'm pretty sure that's when I found out he was fired from his job for stealing over like $7,000 worth of stuff. I said, let's just say his mom better hurry up on having him arrested, or I was gonna him. She said, I wouldn't be alone considering I'd want to get some things from my house and Rice has the keys. Well, that's weird because, she keeps talking about a friend who was watching the cats. So did Rice go over there every day to let said friend in while he had the keys to her house? If you're willing to hold on or let me call you back, I can walk out and talk. She said, but it's almost med time, like 25 minutes or so. So she talks about Rice having the keys to her house. You see at the top is where she talks about brother coming to get her. So there is the confirmation that it was Rice who had the cats. My closing papers are signed. My CPS case is a whole bunch of number, percent over. I said, woot, congrats. She said, thank you. Then she sent me pictures of the baby. I said, oh, my little surprise. She said, thought you'd like that. Ha ha, I was about to say, bitch, don't lie. Because I was like, oh no, I didn't. That's kind of something stupid. She says, look how big. I wish my baby daddy wasn't always on some bullshit because I want another one. Let me black out his face super quickly. Boop, 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 boop. To me, I think that it's slightly funny. That you say you want another one, yet you also say your baby daddy's on some bullshit. So which one is it? So January 24, she was already talking about wanting another one. And then her roommate said that every time that she would, I guess, meet up with Rice in the storage unit, she would, fake pregnancy symptoms. She says that her roommate is an ex-math, we'll say, addict, and is, I don't know, it's ISTFG. It must be abbreviation for something. Still acts like she's smoking it. She picks her face all day and night and is doing something in her hair with a toothbrush as I type. She's on my last fucking nerve, and since the facility won't move her, I'm about to do it myself. Jesus Christ, if this bitch doesn't get the fuck out of my room with her stupid ass, hyper ass bullshit, I swear to fucking God is what it means. I'm going to put her through the fucking door. I said, don't do that, LOL. If she's still all hyper, she's probably still using her high. She says, I think she is. Today, she said her boyfriend was kicked out of treatment for testing positive for depression meds. Whoa. I think it's what the fuck bullshit. I don't know. The word got cut off. There's the faces. When I tell you every single roommate she had to bitch about them. Everyone. I also have recordings on here where she would record her roommate's children. I said, yeah, shaking my head. She claims to be OCD, but doesn't clean on chores proper. Vacuums all day, but for no reason, and does nothing else OCD. I want this door closed. She won't let it be. Shit keeps getting stolen, and she's like, oh, hey, we're in the most private corner. Let's leave a Target. And sends me another picture of the baby, which let me say, Well, you get on and tell people that I sent pictures of him to Sage and you have proof. You don't have shit because the pictures that were sent to her was all of the pictures that you posted on your Facebook. With the emojis over his face. You never sent me pictures with emojis over his face. Um, she says, he is, ignore the spit up, won't let me lay him down. Thank you. I'm low key finna fight now because they're putting a toddler in my room after an 8-month-old almost flipped the bassinet 2 times, pulling himself up. I said, uh-oh. She said, I'm glad I caught those. It was supposed to be cute snuggle pics. January 24th, she says, I'm asking to be discharged tomorrow. I said, why? She said, can't handle this zoo, the shithole has become. Doesn't say anything about her cats. Like Robe Lady says, oh, as soon as she found out about her cats, she wanted to sign herself. No, she didn't. No, she didn't. And that's why I went through and I took screenshots of everything. Right there. I'm asking to be discharged tomorrow. Absolutely nothing to do with rehab or with the cats. It had to do with rehab. I said, I thought you weren't taking him to the apartment. She said, I'm not. So how are you leaving? I'll get a motel room. With what money? Mind you, she's now at what money? The money from YouTube I still have. I said, that's not going to last long. Start. Come on. Once I'm out of here, I can do lives again. Oh, so the same plan that she had in the first place, right? Then she goes on the next day. I have a roommate who won't stop walking my baby, spraying dozens of perfumes and air fresheners over and over with us right under it, slamming doors, being loud all night, phone blaring all hours, just disturbing my baby because she is hoping it's going to get her back in her own room. The toddler is just the final straw. We are bitching yet again about her roommate. She's talking about the baby being wrapped around her finger, some shit. He's had her whatever. Um, that baby was my rock bottom. Losing him was what I needed, and I'll never let that happen again. I said, well, having him and him having to see him part was rock bottom. You never actually lost him. She said, you know what I meant? If you know if you know people are stealing and you've had shit stolen, are you going to keep leaving the door open? This bitch is straight refusing to close this goddamn door now because she knows I don't want it open. And if I lose my stuff because of her stupid ass, I'm going to beat it out of her and fuck being thrown out. And what I meant by not actually like losing him was, typically she had it really easy because she was allowed to go to rehab and then get him back. Most people, when they lose a child because they're born addicted, they don't get to just get them back. They have to fight in court and all kinds of shit. Toddler mom roomie is here. And yeah, I was right to be concerned. Hasn't even left the initial tour, and there is already problems. This child is a monster. Take a deep breath and just report it. You have to expect being in a place with other moms and kids. There's going to be demon kids. Hey, Nala. Oh, I am. I know that. The issue comes that it's literally every kid, I'm sorry. And we're blown off until something serious happens and everyone acts like you never said a word. There's another 3-year-old right now pulled a 7-month-old baby out of her pack and play almost all the way by her arms in the middle of the night. She cried and it woke her mom up. The same boy who stays downstairs so doesn't belong up here, save for drinks. I don't know what the fuck that means. Comes in my room 2 times. The first, he ran right in and half a second had reached in the bassinet. And my son was next to me. It goes on to the other page. He was next to me on the bed, thank God. And the second time we were eating, he ran in, saw me, tried to snatch my baby again. I shoved him back and people wanted to be mad at me. Think anything has been done? Nope. We have doors locked that are plastic and need to be used a certain way. Mom could put one on the inside to keep him in. Not allowed. No baby gate either. Nothing is said. We're told to expect this in communicable living. The state is going to have a field day in this place when I finally am safe to report everything. When I am finally safe to report everything. I have dates, times, names, report records, everything. When I tell you they'll likely be shut down, I'm not playing. Mandated reporters aren't supposed to repeatedly watch the same kid have his pants yanked down to bear behind and be smacked, and it just be in the quote notes that only staff reads. Both of them are already in all of our shit. Staff was in here and mom walked right up to bitchy roommates stuff all up in it. Don't know what the fuck that means. Right now, we are running in and out because my roommate has her boyfriend's girlfriend here. So the girlfriend won't stay out, slamming my door. My baby is trying so hard to sleep. So now there was like three of them. We haven't actually been friends in like a hot minute. So this is 1, 2, and I said you can pause, screenshot, screen record. I don't give a fuck. I'm leaving this up because I'm tired of fucking Rogue Girl trying to say that she was so concerned about her fucking cats. She says that's dumb as fuck. That's how it sounds, except in real life. With a sound machine doesn't the sound machine doesn't overpower it this way. Now the dryer broke. I have 2 wet loads to dry. Ghetto ass bitch downstairs is hogging the dryer. She doesn't belong in. I'm about to cry. Baby can't sleep. My head is pounding. I got 2.5, 3 hours to go before I can sleep, and he'll have me up between 4 and 5. I said, speaking of, how's your I'll need 8 hours of sleep a night going? Because I don't know if anybody remember, but when she was pregnant, she was like, oh, well, I need at least 8 hours of sleep. Being a mom is changed that. I'm perfectly okay as long as I get at least 2 hours at some point somewhere in the night. Doesn't have to be consistently so long as the 2 hours happens. Right, but remember, she's not a single mom. She got her baby daddy. Here's one that is audio. I just need. This is her roommate and her child. Oh, it sounds like a dog breathing into the phone. It's her baby. Yeah, he's still married to Denise.
Called me from his Facebook account saying that I'm going to talk to him. So him and they were together. On a video.
Here's another one. So the text says, oh, ouch, thanks, he really is. I'm about to get tossed for punching her in her fat ass mouth. She's fully aware my baby is sleeping. They are setting up the room. I'm praying I get now. And I was just told a bunch of moves are about to happen. and I'm being affected. So I'm praying hard that I'm going to room 4. Nope. Go with a 3-year-old who already won't leave the baby be whenever she sees him, and a 5-year-old, or stay in my room. They're acting like I just want my own room. And that is. That is. If she was not in her own room, she bitched. She even went to her psychiatrist, who recommended for her to be put in her own room. But due to the amount of people and the limited space, they were like, bitch, you need, like, don't know what to tell you. But the entire time, it's bitch about roommates until they gave her her own room. But here's another roommate that she's recording her. I wonder how these roommates would feel knowing that, she's recording them and their children and sending it to people. I don't know what was so horrible about this one. Yorkie, I don't know. So I think this is just me screen recording to show the date. It was. Here's another one. This recording is 5 minutes and 26 seconds long. There's 3 of them that equal to 5 minutes. But I mean, like this, that's super loud. That's her sound machine. She's bitching about the kids' music or whatever it is in the background. And at this point, this is a autistic nonverbal child that she bitches about how all he does is eek, 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 eek. We're skipping on. This is the second one. This is the third one. I do wonder why that her child does sound like a dog breathing in the phone. And is always sneezing. Why, like, have you not had him checked out? Here she says, this is November 15th. So the recordings may not particularly be in date order. This was the same day that she went into rehab. She says, want to hear what I have to deal with 24/7? I'm going to show you. And then I'll play the recording. It's a lullaby. Is it really like that big of a deal? She only sent me 20 seconds of it. February 5th, bitching about the roommate. TFW. The fuck, maybe? I don't know. You're sick as fuck, haven't slept in days, and you're sitting here semi dozing off, and your bitch ass roommate is sitting right there going, are you going to just keep falling asleep or would you move? I don't think she's sober, personally. Mind you, it's 9:30 in the morning. There is one where, like, I straight tell her, Ashley, it's 4 o'clock in the afternoon, because she's bitching about not being able to sleep at all hours of the day. It's worse than hell, for real, for real. I feel like it's not worth it. Except that I'm going to the dentist in 17 days. Maybe that is. The groups are bullshit. No, no, no. It's worth it. I just feel frustrated because I could have gotten the same results at home and missed all of this bullshit. I wouldn't have almost new pink Nikes and a new pink jacket, but I definitely not have the stress. I know it's rough, but I do honestly believe if you did it alone at home, you wouldn't have been as successful. Well, I guess much like a Tootsie Pop, the world may never know. I said, right, it takes 302 licks. I don't know. But again, she's not talking about leaving rehab because of her cats. She wants to leave because she has roommates. And then says she's going to stay for the free stuff and the dentist. Where is she saying anything about she wants to go home for her cats? Because I don't have a single message. Oh, well, dirty, doesn't that mean that all of the times that she recorded her roommates, it's illegal? Here's again where she says she's about to beat the shit out of her roommate. Once she gets her certificate, I'm out of here. Got bitch ass out last night for a new bitch to come in today and another coming in tomorrow. I'm fucking pissed. And then she says, I got my outings. I said, bitch, what? Woo, congrats. Yes, ma'am, headed into group now, but my counselor stopped me when baby and I got back from the doctor. Thank you. It is audio recording. All of them were audio and sent via, well, most of them was sent via Facebook Messenger. I'll show you since I know you just came in. But like, here's one that's 5 minutes long. None of them were videotapes. I sent her a picture of Mason in the back of the ambulance. So that was my night. Is that Mason? Guessing he had another seizure? Yes and yes. Check your Facebook Messenger. Is he okay? I will. Damn, he hit that cabinet hard, didn't he? I don't know how you do it. I can't hardly keep it together with strangers. I'm barely okay till there's help. Then I'm totally done. This was prior to the separation. Um, it was right after I had quit going live. The doctors prayed that once Mason hit puberty, um, that his seizures would stop, but they've actually gotten 10 times worse. And um, I had caught it all on camera. He was playing video games, got up to get a spoon to eat a pudding, and I heard like something slam into the counter, and then it sounded like he took like a whole thing of silverware and dropped it. And I walk into the kitchen, and like if you zoom in on the video, it looks like he's hurt. Like he stubbed his toe really bad, or maybe he got stabbed by something, like something like that. So as I'm walking up to him, I'm like, Mason, are you okay? Mason, are you okay? Mason. And he wasn't responding. And when I grabbed him, he started convulsing, and he was convulsing so hard that he was shaking the both of us. I think I took it off my phone. I did. So that was sent to her, and that's what she's talking about there, was Mason. It's funny. She just was talking shit about, Keith in text messages. And she said, Keith may be a dick most of the time, but he's damn good with those kids. I don't know how you do it, girl. I'd be a wreck if that was me, a man. He might be an ass to you, but I believe it with those kids. I seen how he was trying to calm Mason and how he has his head cupped. I'd have kicked his ass out. I don't know. But, 1 minute you're talking shit. I don't think that she'll ever get past step one either. I think that she's just doing what she needs to do to get free housing and government assistance and money. And then the next one, there's a picture of the baby. So hang on. Like you were just talking mad shit, but now you're like, oh, it's okay because he's good with your kids. This is where she says, I guess I'll go ahead and tell you. Rice called yesterday. My apartment was broken into. Doors open. Cats are all gone. I said, what? She said, yep, tried to call you just now. I'm a fucking wreck. Then she goes on to say, she's so pretty. I said, she's a straight asshole. Well, she's a cat, so She talks about slowly moving rooms. I sent a picture of Oreo, and I said, my guard kitty, he knows I'm not doing well. He's followed me everywhere and lays on me whenever I lay down. Any word on your apartments or cats or anything? No sign of my babies. Aw, he just wants you to be happy again. I got screwed so hard, dude. I'm supposed to get to go out. I was supposed to have a ride. Now the girl backed out on me. It looks like I'm stuck home because I ain't got money like that to be getting Ubers and shit. That's the picture of Oreo. Well, Dirty, I think now I should post the thing and like tag her in it and be like, anybody that's ever roomed with her, let me know. She said, oh no, that means I've got them coming too. It's been raining here all day. I need to remember to talk to my counselor about a government phone tomorrow because not having service fucking sucks. Typically, where this phone doesn't work, the government phone does. Or the government phones do. I got my own room and still can't gossip with you. What the fuck? I hate it hold his phone and just the right place and just the right way, it just the right time. It's for the fucking birds. You need to download WhatsApp so I can text you and call you on there because it uses the internet and your number that you have now, like your legit number. What's the bitch for? Sorry. I'm trying so hard to make my phone work. Get WhatsApp. I said, okay, I'll download it now. And then the bitch was because she robbed my bank on Monopoly. So February 28th, she was given her own room. Yeah, that's exactly what it was. Goes on to March 12th because it skips over to WhatsApp and I haven't went through that yet. I said, you already sent me the last two, but thanks. I know, but it's cute and you needed the reminder. Want to see my new room? Of course. They're trying to ban it again, so TikTok wants us to stop them. Yeah, he's really starting to look more like me and only sometimes like his daddy. Thanks. I'm going through hell because of it, but I got apologies because the new roommates are going through all of the shit I complained about, and now staff realizes I wasn't making it more than it was, and it wasn't an issue because I'd already decided it would be. Can I ask a favor from you? Maybe. She says, I need to get diapers and stuff from our store, but it's Thursday and I don't get paid till Friday. Can I borrow $40 till Friday? Again, when you ask and you put the word borrow and you put a date in there, bitch, you need to attempt to pay it back. I wouldn't need it till like 8:30 Thursday. So if you need time, I have it, but I won't make it till the weekend. I appreciate it. You know, I'd not ask if I could avoid it. I have about 8 diapers left. So, who does she call on when she needs diapers for her kid's ass? Have I seen that money back? Nope. Have I seen the money back for her fucking baby's hospital pictures? Nope. I said, "Are you going to make it until Thursday?" Because this was Tuesday. And she says she has 8 diapers. She says, "Yeah, he's got daycare. And I got them on the spot and I'll get them on the spot Thursday AM." I said, "Oh, that's good. Since you said you would help, they let me get them on credit just now." Bullshit. Bullshit. I even talked to Whack about this. Bullshit. Dirty. It would be a really long screen recording.